out
that you
y'all
feel
are
should
not
be better?
emotionally together, and y'all are very weak mentally, and that's why this generation is so much mental health, mental this, mental, which is good, but y'all are very, very weak mentally and emotionally.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Young and Dumb Show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know this is the #1 show for Gen Z. We talk about everything on here, right? But today, brought to you, I got some guests from Millionaire Essentials.
Yes.
Right? So we about to talk some millionaire money. Right? You about to get it. Right? We about to talk business funding. And these are very funny guys. So I feel like we about to be laughing throughout this episode. So let's get it. What's good, Tevin and Brandon? What's good? How y'all feeling?
What's going on? How you doing? This is the issue.
Like, we're not built. I feel like as a generation, we're not built for failure.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So this is the issue that I have. I mean, I don't have an issue, but
That you
y'all
feel
are
should be
not
better.
emotionally together, and y'all are very weak mentally. And that's why this generation is so much mental health, mental this, mental, which is good, but y'all are very, very weak mentally and emotionally.
But who taught us? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Nobody.
I bring this up every episode, right? Because I'm always on here with millennials and old people.
It's not who. It's a culture. It's a culture. It's American culture. Every generation is different. The 80s, the 90s was different. Every generation, and this is a generation of a lot of mentally and emotionally weak for various different reasons. Food, environment, social media is heavy in it. Music, various different reasons, not just one. It's a lot, but it's all adding up to a lot of mentally and emotionally weak people. And y'all need a lot more help to get out of it.
I think, and I'm gonna be
Y'all
honest.
need a lot more help to get out.
I'm gonna be honest.
Getting help is good. It's great. But in my opinion, that's a lot of issues with a lot of things that's going on. A lot of you guys are mentally, emotionally weak because I hear what you're saying. Who taught us this? Who taught us that? Who taught us this? We got to do this. We got to do that. You're making it seem like it's so hard. It's so difficult. If we fail, failing, you're supposed to fail.
I agree.
You're supposed to fail. Yeah. But what you just said, if we fail, it's all over. A lot of people, this
and
generation
it's the truth. A lot of people, they
and,
feel that way.
and that's it.
No, I
They feel like they got to be rich at 25. Like,
but think about it. What do literally?
What do you see on social media?
No, look. I literally was having this, and y'all are men, so y'all can even agree or disagree.
we look like men, yeah.
Wait, hold up.
Are those your
Go ahead.
pronouns?
Pronouns.
See, that's what I'm saying. You got to be correct.
Are those your pronouns?
Yes.
You gotta say them.
No.
The he, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Mister.
Sorry. Okay. Anyways, I was just having this debate with my friend, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, like, women definitely go through a lot. But I also feel like in this young generation for men have it so hard because
It's a fact.
Why?
I think so.
men have it so hard because he's 18, 17. At his very young age, or 15, let's say he's 15, there's girls that are like, oh, I want you to buy me this. I want you to have this.
Facts.
Right? Oh, I want a man that makes this much money. Oh, I want a man who's 21 and makes 6 figures. And it's just like, at what point do you give the man time to grow up and like mature, to get that job, to start that business? Like,
How is that having it hard?
I feel like that's necessarily having it hard because it doesn't give, and women have it hard too, but I just feel like in general, we don't get time to grow. We're expected to come out the gate just
who's expecting that?
I feel like this is something within our
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm not saying
Because I don't know how y'all date. I don't know what's going on. I ain't been dating in
I think that's
10
within.
plus years. I don't know.
It's within us.
That's
like,
within, yeah.
Like, literally, I have little cousins who are 16 and they're girls, and they're saying like, oh yeah, he just bought my wig. Where's he getting the money to buy your wig? The wig is like $300. If he's 16 too, where's he getting that money? Right? So now if I'm a regular 16-year-old and I have a job that's paying me $15 an hour, that just took him like a whole bunch of his time to just buy you that one wig.
So you see, this is the problem. I heard everything you just said. This is the issue. Y'all are running from your parents so much. And this is what I see.
Facts.
I see all these kids getting raised right values. Yo, don't do this, don't do that. Y'all go outside because y'all don't want to be your parents so much that work so hard to have these 9-to-5s. Y'all go and do stupid stuff and living by these society rules, social media rules. When your parents is in the house teaching you, yo, don't do this, do this. This is how you speak to a woman. This is what you're supposed to do. They're teaching y'all. These guys that 40, 50, 60 are teaching y'all these things and y'all not listening. Y'all paying $300 for a 16-year-old for a wig. Y'all not listening because y'all running from your parents so much because you don't want to be like your parents, but you don't even know how to grow up.
No, that's a fact. I agree.
That's the problem.
I agree.
Y'all not listening.
I agree. So
y'all think y'all know everything. And that's what it really is. Y'all think y'all know everything. And I ain't gonna say y'all. 16, 17, yeah, it is y'all. My bad. From 16 to 25. No. From 16 to about 25, 20, I would say
26.
20, 23. They think they know everything.
No,
and they really don't know nothing.
But I also feel like y'all been through those stages too.
Yes.
And okay,
but I think there's a difference.
We all go through those stages.
I think we're a little bit more emotionally intelligent.
What do you mean?
As far as just like we understand exactly what to do for ourselves in a sense, right? And I think that's where you guys lack, right? A Gen Z, because you guys do things for others. Like you don't do things internally for yourselves. You try to
make other people happy so you feel
exactly.
happy.
Like,
you try to front, and you try to floss.
And I think that's where
So y'all think that's a Gen Z thing? Because I've seen it. If I'm being
no,
I feel like that's like.
I think it's a human. It's a human. It is a human thing, but you see it more now prevalent in Gen Z, like, and that's also because of social media, though.
Like for example you just said, right? If I had a 6-year-old son, why is he buying this girl $300? Why? Get another girl.
Because that is like the standard.
Why?
That is like bro, am I lying? No. What did you tell me the other day? You said
it was him.
Not him. My son was. What did you tell me the other day? You said you wanted to stop speaking to a shorty because what?
Too much.
What? Explain. What she wanted?
She wanted to go out, buy her like clothes, like.
Nah, she good.
Or like basically bougie stuff.
I don't even care what he told me. He said clothes.
No, you 17, bro. No.
If you take her out on a date, that's fine. Like a nice little date, Applebee's, TGIF, or something like that.
I promise you can't. Applebee's? Are you kidding me?
Bro, that used to be the swag back in the day. I ain't gonna front. You take her to Applebee's?
Are you insane?
You hit her for the $25 meal, bro? Oh, it's over.
You know what the thing is? Y'all not letting these people get in touch with reality,
but
bro.
she said that. That's what she said. They need to, like, they're not allowing, the women aren't allowing the young, well, sorry. The young women aren't allowing the young men to even grow properly.
That's like, and it's sad because now it's like it puts pressure on these young men because now it's like that if I'm like I said, if I'm 15 and the society standard is to be buying a girl a $300 wig.
Nah,
now
bro.
I'm like,
I don't think that's the society standard, though.
I think that is, though. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think that's the society standard.
What's a quick come up for me to do this? What's a quick come up to get these sneakers?
Stop playing. You playing around too much. Like, you want to do something, you want to make the money, you want to build wealth because it look cool, but you're not serious. Because you know what I got, and I got something for you. The Blueprint for Investing, Volume 1, created by me, Aaliyah Duah. It gives you a step-by-step guide on how to get started investing in the stock market. See, if you want to really build wealth, you got to put your money into things that's going to work for you, right? Because the job money cool, but you want to make the money work too, right? So it's going to give you a step-by-step guide, investing tools, the apps to use, everything. And the best part is, I know you don't like to read, so I only made it 28 pages. That's it, right? 28 pages, and you getting yourself some wealth of knowledge. So make sure y'all tune in, get your copy today, and go to financialrevolution.com. Let's get it, y'all. Back to the episode.
That's a cultural thing, what you're saying. It's a difference between society standard and the cultural thing.
Okay.
That's a culture thing. That's not society standard.
You mean
because
specific.
You know what I mean. Like,
I really don't.
It's a.
You talking to a chick from the projects and she's asking for a $300 wig. Like, let's be real. Why are you buying her $300 wigs and why is she even asking me for a $300 wig?
Yeah, but you can't say that.
Because what? She sees, who's she looking up to? Jada Waiter, Ari, right? So she sees.
And that's the females we don't pay no attention to.
But you can't speak from your perspective. You being
I'm speaking
right
to
now,
if I don't have a son, I have a daughter.
Right now,
I'm speaking to if I have a son.
But you're being subjective in your thought, in your opinions right now. You are.
You heard what he said? What'd you do to that female? Exactly. That's it. End of the conversation.
Okay, but not every. But you have to understand, he may be 1 out of 20.
Think about it. He also, who does he hang out with? He hangs out with me, my dad. Like, he has friends that like don't care to be validated.
Exactly.
He already gets validated at home. He has self-love. He understands
Guess what?
value.
Guess what?
He's also a young
That's my
right?
point.
Hold up.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
What you just said, he has self-love. That's my point.
But hold up. But that's 1 out of 20, bro.
What did I say my first definition of wealth was?
Yes, self-love. She did. She did.
It starts within.
But and another thing is, right? Imagine, right? He goes to school now. Well, you're out of school. You're out of. All right. So imagine you go to school now, and now Shorty go outside, and she go like at lunch or whatever. You know, I don't know where y'all be hanging out now, lunch or recess or whatever it is, and y'all go like, and she go, oh, yo, he broke. Yo, he ain't want to buy me nothing. So now all the other chicks inside of the school are like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna mess with him now because I know he broke. I know he not gonna do nothing. And it's gonna be maybe one chick out of that whole school that's gonna be real and genuine that he might be able to connect with, but she might be in a crew that is just like the other chicks. And now she got influence to not want to even talk to him because of that.
Or think about like...
It's Mean Girls all over, bro. We in the Mean Girl era, bro.
That's why I said...
Young man, I want a chick who looks good.
Look good, yeah.
A lot of the girls that look good, they have a certain mindset.
Because they look good. It's that pretty privilege.
Exactly. So now it's like, dang, now I gotta go with the... You know, it's hard out
Listen, man, it's hard if you make it hard, bro.
He's just saying that he being subjective. I believe you being real subjective.
Exactly how he made that decision. Like you just said, every young man can make that decision.
Every young man
if
can.
they are not emotionally weak or mentally weak.
That is true.
No, I agree.
But how can we change that?
If you don't receive that at home,
exactly.
If you don't love yourself, if you're not validated within, you are going to seek validation from other places. And a lot of times for men, that validation starts with the woman that they're talking to, or it starts with being accepted by their bros or their homies. How do you get accepted by your bros and your homies? Having money.
Dressing fly.
Like,
being with a girl, doing what you gotta do. Like
the part that we don't talk about. And I feel like until we have these honest conversations, things are gonna continue to just happen.
Think about it. What if he didn't have her as somebody to be around? Her father. What if his father?
I don't know if he got that from her or her father. She said he got a good support system at home.
Hold up. This is where I'm flipping it. What if his support system was the same like these dudes that be out here that want to pay for everything? So now when she automatically comes to him and says, yo, I want you to buy me clothes. I want you to buy me this and that. Now he's going to turn around in his head like, damn, I got to get $500 so I can do all of this. Shit, let me go outside. Let me go holler at son on the corner because I see him already making money. And now that already just starts to trickle down. But and that happens, bro. It happens. I have like no BS, right? I have a younger cousin. He's not, and I'm glad that I was able to get him away from that. But he was almost in that cycle where he wasn't really like, and I think he's 25. No, 25. And he was almost subjective to buying girls things. He was modeling. So he was actually making good money. But he was just like, yo, these girls, they asking me for everything. I'm about to buy this girl, I think he was about to buy a Chanel bag. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like the money that you're about to take, you better be investing that or putting it away so that you can use it towards some type of business idea. How is your credit? Yo, my credit's shot. I don't really care. I got all this money. And bro, he didn't have no type of support system inside of that house. If he ain't have me to talk to him about that, or my other cousin who works at MTA, bro, he would have been like, he'd have been spending his whole money.
Or think about like if that's what everybody around you is doing, right?
And literally, no BS. All his friends that he had was doing that same exact thing
because they hang out with people that's like you.
And it's funny. One of them was another model, and the other one went to I think he went to Monroe College or something like that. I don't care if you see us, but and he was doing whatever he was doing and making money, and he was paying for what he got to pay for.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm also speaking from experience. I was once that person, so I definitely understand. I understand. And it comes from a lack of validation within. When you don't have that within, everything you do becomes external. Everything you
Nothing's
do
internal.
becomes, I'm trying to fill some type of void that I have within. Right? So, and a lot of people aren't mentally strong enough, or also not in an environment where they can realize that it's wrong. Or like they have an issue.
No.
Yeah.
This might have to be a cut in 2-part podcast because this was nowhere near what we was talking about before.
But this was necessary because I feel like this is a real life thing, and I hope when people hear this, they hear like maybe I do this, or maybe I need to work on this, and yeah. So
maybe they can be like Brandon.
Y'all realize people have to go through things sometimes. I'm gonna go back to that. A lot of people have to trip and fall to realize what they're doing. Now you can prevent it. There's preventative maintenance. Yes, absolutely. I will always practice preventative maintenance first. But like you said, what you don't know is what you don't know. Sometimes you might have to buy that $300 bag and that girl has to dump you for you to realize, yo, why did I do that?
That's
now
true.
you bought that $300 bag,
I can relate.
and then you bought another one, and then you bought another one. Now you're doing this for 5-10 years, and you realize this is what I have to do.
But think about that 5-10 years that they could have had information based upon if their parents were teaching them the correct way.
Y'all saying ifs. Y'all saying ifs.
Everything is an if, though.
No, it's not. Everything is not.
Everything is definitely an if.
What's not an if is you have to go through experiences to learn.
But there's some people.
In experiences, there's ifs.
So there's some people who go through experiences and still don't learn.
But regardless, you have to go through experiences. There's some people that don't, but you still have to go through experience to learn. I have to experience what electric. You work with electricity, right?
Yeah.
I have to experience playing with wires to realize I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. I could read about it all I want. Until I get up there and start playing with wires, I really don't know.
But I also feel like wise people learn from other people's experiences. So if he touched the fire,
A mentor, exactly.
If he touched the fire and he got burnt, 9 times out of 10, if I'm wise, I'm not going to go touch the fire.
And that's where
But a lot of people are not wise.
And that's hold up. And that's if you have a mentor. And that's why I said the if is always there. Because I don't have to play with the wires in order for me to understand that I if I do this wrong, I can get electrocuted. My mentor would have already told me that, taught me that.
That's what I'm saying.
And now I don't have that experience because I've already gone through it with my mentor. He's already shown me it.
Yes, absolutely. That's preventative maintenance. That's preventing for you to make mistakes. But if you never play with the wire, you won't know how to by reading about it. You have to still play with the wire. Now, once they teach you what not to do and what to do, you actually can get in there and figure it out. But you still won't know what to do until you play with that wire.
I just want to let you know in your sentence, you said if, so I'm still correct.
I didn't say if.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say if.
You did. We can rewind it.
I did say if.
Yeah, you did. I know.
You still got to play with that wire.
No, I agree. I agree. And I like I said, I'm speaking to this because like I have real life experience. I never shared this story publicly, but now.
Okay, hey, we out here.
Now I
Oh,
don't care.
snap.
Now I don't care.
We getting a little spicy still.
Right. So I do
1 hour in.
I do like women, right? So one day.
I do too.
I think we do.
Yeah.
I do too as well.
Okay.
It's great.
So one day, this is when I was in college. Yeah, my freshman year of college, right? I was talking to this girl.
That's the worst, so I ain't gonna lie. That first year of college, when you get out there, boy.
Girl, we met at some like B&B or whatever. Cool. That was the first mistake there. Cool. She's probably gonna listen to this or hear this. Whatever.
That'd be alright. She'd be fine.
So yeah, I was talking to this girl. Started feeling each other, talking every day, blah blah. Cool. Boom. Right? I went away for like 2 weeks or whatever. We planned like every night we talk along the way, like, yo, like when we get back, like we about to go out to eat, blah blah. She like crab legs. So I'm like, cool, like we about to go to the crab joint, blah blah blah, boom. Right? I come back home, her phone breaks. Right? So I'm not gonna say I was because I still am, but I'm such like a dang, wow, that's so sad that happened to a person. Like, how can I help? Right? So me being a nice person I am, we went out for the crab legs. Y'all already know New York City crab legs is crazy.
Yeah.
That's $50 per person. So the meal was like $125, $50 plus the tip, a drink, whatever. Cool. Not an alcoholic drink. I was young back then.
She's trying to make sure she threw that in there.
I don't really drink alcohol, but
It's not alcohol no good for you.
yeah. So we had the drink. I mean, we had the.
She's snitching.
No.
She's snitching.
Everything I love.
She trying to clean it up.
No,
the media training ain't working.
We at the crab legs, cool. I go to the bank and I give her, I think like $125 to go pay for her phone because she didn't have the money to get her phone fixed, and I felt bad because her phone was done. Like,
what happened to you?
Why
are you laughing like that?
God.
Why are you laughing?
Why
you? Yeah,
I'm listening. God.
That wasn't cool at all.
Because I'm pretty sure you have some stories.
I have a lot of stories.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
she just went to hear that.
But yes. So we go to the bank, and she doing that girl thing, like no, but she want to take it, right? So I'm like, nah, all right, take it.
I'd have heard the no and not give it to her.
I wouldn't have went to the bank. But go ahead.
I didn't have no Zelle or anything like that. Like it was like I'm taking out money out.
Well, that's back then too.
Yeah.
Zelle wasn't really popular.
I had the kids account. We didn't have no Zelle.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. What you mean back then? She's 21. Zelle was popular.
No, it wasn't. At 17?
No, Zelle was a thing. I just didn't have Zelle.
Bro, Zelle you could. Not every account had Zelle back then.
That was like 2 years ago, bro.
Bro, she said 21 to 17.
Okay. Anyways,
use your math, bro.
So we go and I give her the money. Cool. So we plan to link the next day. We link the next day. Like 2 days after that, she ghosted me, man.
On the same phone you fixed? Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'd have had to go find the phone and break it again.
Yep.
That broke your heart?
It didn't break my heart. I wasn't heartbroken because it wasn't like she was like my girlfriend to like be like heartbroken about. It was more so like I felt dumb. Like I felt stupid. Because I realized it was a trend with me where like I was doing stuff for people because it was like I was lacking something within. Right? And it all happened. Wow, it's like a therapy session.
Nobody asked you the story.
No, I got some.
Go.
It all happened because when I was in like 8th grade, and now this sounds crazy because I shouldn't have been talking to people that young. Like I was just so young to be doing stuff. But in 8th grade, I had a little girlfriend, and the girl left me for my mans, and that was my mans that was mad fly. Like he used to have all the Nike techs, all the sneakers, all that, right? And she was fly too. So like it was like they little power couple, and that always made me feel like dang, like girls will always leave me for somebody who has more money. And that, you know what I'm saying? So that little situation that happened when I was like 14 has affected me until I was in the crap leg situation.
I'm gonna say this because Brandon's gonna say it. Mm-hmm. You see, because you had that experience. If you didn't have that experience, do you know not to do that now?
Oh, actually, you can't get $1.
So that's exactly what Brandon's gonna say. So I already stopped him. So you don't gotta hear his annoying voice. That's exactly what he was gonna say. Man. It's like because you know what, Brandon does this thing where he asks his questions instead of says statements. So he would have asked you, "Would you ever do that again?" Exactly. See, he laughing because he knows
because she answered the whole argument, bro. Like you went through what you went through to figure out what you need to figure out.
No, I agree, but I also feel like
in this society
I also feel like there's people that would have been dumb again, because there's some things that I've done I learned the first time and I did it again, and sometimes it takes you to be like in a bad situation.
So,
but that's humans. Like I feel like as a human, you can have something that's saying error, and you'll still keep trying to do it because sometimes you either really risky, you're a risk taker, or you want something to work really well. Like that's people who trade, that's people that invest. Like it's a human thing. It's all tied to like what you are emotionally tied to, or what can really have that pull on you. For you, it may not be women. It may not be business funding. Like I'm pretty sure you have something. We all have something that is like we're tied to that. You know?
Yeah, like I said though,
like certain having any knees. Yeah,
certain things
Whatever.
Certain things,
Whatever.
like you could do all the preparation in the world. You could do all the, especially as a young person, you could do all the preparation in the world. You can't prepare yourself for how you're going to react in a relationship. You have to get in a relationship. You're not going to know when you fall in love with somebody, how you're going to react if she leave you, how you're going to react if something happened to that person, how you're going to react if something don't go right. You cannot know what's going to happen until you get in there. So you can prepare for things like you said. And that's the point of mentorship. So we mentor as well. We got a mentorship. So the point of mentorship is to learn from somebody that made the mistakes and walked in your footsteps. Yes. And now they could teach you to mitigate all of those mistakes so it could shorten your time to success. And that's why I suggest and that's another thing.
Yep.
Every young person should invest in a mentor or learn under somebody that's super successful in your field. That's very, very important. And that's another thing I think a lot of you guys don't have. And I don't want to act like I'm coming down, but a lot of Gen Z people, like you said, their mindset, they're too good for this. They know everything. YouTube University. You should be, whatever field you want to be in, you just name it, right? Find a person that's the most successful that you could get around and learn under them.
And the person
that's going to get you the furthest.
The person that's had the most losses too in that same industry or that same field. Because it's great. You can win for 20 years in that same field. But guess what? If you lose one day in that field after those 20 years, is that person going to be able to pick back up again and do it again? Or are they going to stop and try to find a different path?
Because, being in there, like I said, you can learn about something all you want, but nothing's going to prepare you for the variables that happen that you can't read about in any field. There's certain things you cannot read about that you're going to experience and that you're going to have to just know how to figure out how to navigate. So learning from somebody that's already done that's been through all of these different trenches, that know how to speak to all these different type of people, that know how to deal with all these different type of situations. That's what a lot of people need to get mentors. Learn from people that's older than you, that's been through whatever path you want to walk.
People in high school, they have that. Y'all got guidance counselors.
They still got those?
Yeah, but guidance counselors, like,
that's not a mentor though, bro.
No, but hold up.
That's therapy, bro.
Wait. See, and this is where y'all wrong. A guidance counselor has already been through high school. Has already been through those experiences that you probably are gonna have gone through or are going through at the moment.
For high school, yeah, but it's just like. This kid in high school who's like, I know I want to get into real estate. If my guidance counselor does not do real estate,
but you see, that's the
not
issue.
Who you speak to though.
That's not. Yeah, you're not looking to your guidance counselor for real estate. You're looking to your guidance counselor to help you guide through high school. See, your mentor doesn't have to be the person that's going to guide you through everything. There's a season for every mentor.
Yeah, and I also feel they have different mentors for different things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
being though I'm actively in schools every day, I feel like the guidance counselors maybe that you guys had, but the school system is so corrupt. They put anybody anywhere. I've seen some teachers where it just be like, how you teach? Like, I literally have a teacher. I feel weird for saying this, but I literally have a teacher who told me like, yeah, I just applied for this job and I really wanted to be an English teacher, but they put me in science.
That's the system in general, though. That's the system in general.
Yeah. I'm over here confiding in my science teacher because I'm trying to be a scientist, and the whole time they supposed to be doing English. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I get the mentor thing, but I feel like find someone that you can learn from, and someone who's in a position that you want to be in the future. Like, I generally, that's how I go about finding mentor. Like, I'm like, who's the best? Like I said, who's the best, and who do I want to be like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for.
You're not an entrepreneur till you take them losses and you bounce back.
Yeah, man, just give me a call. If you wanted me to be a mentor, you could have just said that. You didn't have to like sugarcoat it. Like, she talking in codes. Okay.
Like, you want to pick me up. It's cool.
Okay, she talking in codes.
I think she would be fly under the wing, yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I'm always down. I love learning. That's like, people be like, what do you like to do?
No, I mean, you're definitely knowledgeable, so.
I appreciate that. I'm just trying to speak for my people.
Yeah.
Who's your people?
The young people. I feel like sometimes we're voiceless because everybody just like.
Feel like you're voiceless?
I ain't gonna front. I got the biggest voice.
You feel like you're see? That's the
this
problem
generation.
Right there.
I ain't gonna lie.
Voiceless. Oh my god.
I feel like
I turn on YouTube. All I hear is people under 25. I don't even hear older people.
But I feel like here's the thing. I feel like
That's because what you watching.
same way that black people. Y'all know what a monolith is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna break it down.
A monolith is basically like a group of people that all believe in the same thing, do the same thing.
Okay.
Same way black people are not a monolith. Everybody in our generation is not a monolith. Meaning that like I believe and think a certain way. I have my cousin who believes a wholeheartedly different in a certain way because we all have different life experiences that shaped us to believe and think the way we think and do the things that we do. I feel like in that role, in my role, I try to speak from all perspectives. That's why I talk to all different type of people, right? I travel a lot. I'm learning from all different things, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to maximize my exposure, and I'm not saying I know everything because I don't, and that's why I continue to learn. But it gives me the confidence to speak from a drug dealer point of view because I done had students that are drug dealers, and they're telling me, hey, I'll do this because of this. So now when I'm in an argument, I'm speaking for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I have my point of view, so I'm speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I think that's what's important. I feel like for us to really have...
Yo, I still got issues,
I
bro.
feel like one of our solutions is for us to really have change in our community, and now I speak like within the black community, we need dialogue. Like we need intergenerational dialogue.
I think we lack communication.
We absolutely do.
Saying how we feel. And I feel like we had a great dialogue here. You had your point of view, I had mine, you had yours, you know, and it makes us all leave with a certain level of understanding.
And it's kind of great because like he like the oldest, I'm like middle, and like you the youngest, so
he's the lightest. So his whole point of view is just.
I feel like you've been very like colorist there.
Who? Oh, him? Yeah, nah.
I don't like light skinned people. I'm chocolate, bro.
Yo,
I'm chocolate, bro.
That's a part of the system.
Yeah. Yo, it's funny. He don't like light skinned people, but he partnered with what? I know he be lying. It's all right.
That's probably where, like, you know.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I know. It's all right.
But last question. No.
No, do the last question, and I'll do the last question.
Yeah.
But last question. What are 3 funding tips that you tell people that's like under y'all mentorship?
You want to go first?
I'll say one and you say one.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody, we both gonna say it together as like a unit.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Glee. Yeah, y'all watched Glee before?
That's like this movie with all the white people, right?
Nah, that's actually a show. With all the white people.
Yeah.
It wasn't a movie though.
That was a show.
Yeah, they were all singing in unison. We gonna sing the last one in unison. Yeah.
So three funding tips.
The first funding tip: have great personal credit. That's literally the easiest funding tip you can have when it comes to business funding, personal funding, real estate funding, whatever type of funding there is. You need to have great personal credit, and great personal credit. And I always say great. Brandon always says good. I always say great because you can get funding, but it might not be at the amount of debt that you can service, meaning that the amount of debt you can actually afford at that time. So, obviously having over a 720 credit score, no derogatories, no collections, no charge-offs, no late payments, less than 5 inquiries, having more than 3 accounts, personal primary accounts, your utilization under 30% overall utilization. And then, did I miss one? Said accounts, utilization, inquiries.
Credit history.
Yeah, credit history. Sorry, that's the last one. Credit history. Yeah, have 2 years and above. Have 2 years and above. That's very important because they want to see the trust that they can trust you with the money that they give you. So they want to look back at your payment history in between that time. So that's important.
Make sure your business is structured properly. So a lot of people don't know how to structure or don't set their LLCs up properly. Limited liability companies. You have to make sure your business is structured properly. When we're talking about business structure, make sure you're doing everything as a business. A lot of people is running that sole props, or you guys are just thinking you're running a business, but you're really not running a business. You have to make sure you're incorporated. Every state has an incorporation. That's how you incorporate your business with the state. You have to make sure you have your EIN from the IRS. You have to make sure so articles of corporation, your EIN, and now when you're structuring your business, you want to have a business address. A lot of people like to use their residential address. We suggest you can get a virtual address or you can get a brick and mortar, actual business. Like, for example, if your business runs out of a store or somewhere other than your residential address, you can use that as your business address. A lot of people like to use their homes, but a lot of banks, they don't like pulling up residential addresses as business addresses. So what you can do is get a virtual address. So we suggest that as well. Get a business phone number, not your cell phone number, 718, we in New York, 917. You can get a business phone number, 800 number, 877 number, or any type of different business phone numbers, and that can get forwarded to your personal phone. So business address, business phone number, business email, and domain. Domain is a website. So get your business email, not www.superhot.com. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like that matters though?
Yes, it does. Appearance does matter. So it depends on what you do. But just like we were talking about suits, the appearance, when you go in that bank, you want to look proper depending on what your business is. So it kind of does matter. You can still get funding by having certain things off, but the better you look, the more professional you look, the more they won't do any more digging. Because if something's off, they're going to ask more questions. Oh, this don't look right. Oh, it looks like you do this. For example, right? You could say I don't do real estate. But if you have I Sell Homes LLC, they're going to look at that and say, yo, you do real estate. And they will write down you do real estate. You can say I don't do real estate all you want.
Your code could be something else. Your website could say something else. They don't care.
If you have I Sell Homes LLC, they're going to say you do real estate. So you have to look proper.
I was trying to get my LLC because my business name is Financial Revolution.
You do find it, yeah.
Some type of like
banking, financing,
financial advisor or something like that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. Looking proper. The more you look the part, the more they won't dig deeper and actually produce more documents, more paperwork, more everything. So have your business phone number, looking professional. Have an official website. You could get a simple website created for now. And later on, you can invest in a bigger website. Have an official address. Have your articles. Have your EIN. Get your PAYDEX score, which is your DUNS number. So that's how you build business credit organically. So get your PAYDEX score so you can build it up organically and just look proper. I would say even get some merch. Get all your social websites set up, your Instagrams, your Twitters, your TikToks, whatever you're going to promote on your Facebook. Get all your social websites set up. So now when you go to the bank, you present them with all these documents. You look like an official business on paper. So now when they want to research you, Google you, they can find you. A lot of people are going,
do it,
and they will do it. So they're going to verify what you're actually doing. A lot of people go into the bank without their paperwork being in order, and they're asking, "Oh, why didn't I get approved?"
That was gems. And I don't think I even asked this, and we're talking about funding.
We didn't. I ain't give you the third one.
Yeah,
we're gonna sing it together, right?
What you're about to answer.
Go ahead.
I want to sing. Go.
No, go ahead.
Sing. What's the third one?
He looks like the new Michael Jackson. That's the problem.
Oh, my fault. Nah, it's
what
leverage.
You was gonna say?
Leverage, though.
Oh, leverage.
Leverage is definitely important, right? And that's the third best tip. But you need to follow the first two in order for you to get to the fact that you can leverage, right? Leverage is very important because you can not only just leverage your personal credit, but you can leverage business assets. So leverage means borrowing against something in a sense, right? So your credit score, right? Not your credit score, your credit in general, right? Based upon who you are, what you've done with your credit, you can leverage that to go get business funding. You can leverage that to go get personal funding, right? But not only just leveraging personal credit, you can also leverage your business assets being cash, right? Even life insurance policies on your personal side. You can leverage your own real estate that you do have, collateralized lending, things like that. Like, so, and you know, there's a lot more in leverage, but leverage is something you need to understand when it comes to business funding. It's definitely important.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. So what's the process of getting business funding? I don't think we broke that down, but in a quick way.
Okay.
So our process or just the process in general? Just like,
what's the best way? Like,
all right, best way.
But again, you're speaking
quick
to
steps.
You're speaking to young people.
In short, build up your personal credit profile. If you don't have any credit, start with getting, if you're in school, right? You can get a secure card or unsecured card. If you don't have any credit, a lot of times you're going to have to get a secure card. So if you have a job or you get allowance from your parents, you're going to have to now go to the bank. You go to Capital One, you go to Discover. It's a lot of different banks, Navy Federal, that give secure cards.
And
you're going to have
cards.
to. And student cards. So go to some banks that do student cards. I think TD does it as well.
Discover
you can get
big for it.
A student card or secure card. And Capital One. So you have to get a secure card. That means you have to put some money up to get a credit line. So let's say I have $200, $500. I put that up and I get a credit line based on the money I put up. That's how you start building your credit. Now get a couple of secure cards if you have to and build your credit. Now Capital One has a card that goes from secure to unsecured. Now as long as you use it, pay back over time for a couple months, you can get an unsecured line. So now you're building up credit lines. So do this for at least, I would say 12 months, especially when you're starting out. And you can also get some installment loans. Installment loans is just a loan from a bank, right? You can get a secure installment loan. So you have to build up your credit lines and you have to build up your installment history. This is going to build your credit report. So get a couple of credit lines and a couple of installment accounts. That's going to build your credit report over time, because credit is all about the ability to pay back. So once you show your ability to pay back, especially for somebody that's young, for about a year and better, you're going to start to build up your score, and you can build up your score very fast, faster than a person that has bad credit. You can build your score up in a year up to the 700s, easy, if you do it the right way. So once you build up a good credit profile, you can set up an LLC without having good credit. So you can set up your LLC day one. Have your LLC set up, start marketing your business, start making some money. This whole time you're building up your credit. Once you have a good credit profile, you have your LLC set up. Now you can go to the bank and apply for business funding, leveraging your good credit profile.
So you're showing up to the bank as your business, not as yourself, right?
You're showing up as both.
Both.
So you have to.
Like, what is the process? Like, am I doing it online? Am I just pulling up to the bank like, hey, I want funding? Like,
so you can do online and you can do in person, right? We always suggest in person at a bank, right? And build the relationship, right? So building a relationship not only just means, go in there, open up an account, put money in the account, use the card, actually, pay for things, deposit, withdrawals. Like those are important on the relationship side of things, but also having a bank rep that you can speak to so that you can kind of understand what the bank is looking for, right? So the relationships are definitely important. So that's why we always suggest, even if it's for a credit card, speak to the bank rep, because now guess what? That bank rep can help you get, instead of you getting maybe 5,000 on, maybe a card that you apply, let's say with Chase, let's say you go in, instead of you getting 5,000, you can maybe get 20, 30, 40, 50,000. Exactly. Because now you've built a relationship with somebody. You've spoken with somebody. You have somebody that's there to back you, that's able to go at bat for you in case that underwriter turns around. Maybe he Googled, right? And he saw that you didn't have no social media presence. You didn't have no website. You didn't really have anything on Google, period. So now that bank rep could say, well, look, he's in the process of getting everything, going. He has already been making money inside of his business, or has started to do so, but he does need, this capital in order for him to mitigate a lot of his expenses. Mitigating just meaning that, he's as his profit goes up, he's not using all of his profit inside of the business. He's using something to basically offset that profit. So, those are the terminologies that the bank reps will use to the underwriters, so that now their client can get that 20, 30, 40, 50,000 opposed to 5.
Relationship building is still the key to success, contrary to popular belief in this day and age.
Yep.
And that's another thing I think a lot of people have a disconnect with.
Outside of the bank too.
Building relationships with the banks is very, very important, and underwriters if possible. Because like you said showing up, looking professional, they're going to see you're serious about your business. They're going to develop who you are as a person. They're going to develop more trust so they can have more influence in you getting approved. And just like your favorite mentor online, you could probably be DMing him 100 times, but he see you in a room and you actually get to talk to him. You're going to get more out of him in that room in person than you would try to DM him online or trying to call him over the phone.
Text him, yeah.
That in-person relationship is going to go a long way. It's the same thing with the banks.
Yeah.
That's a fact. All right, well, I appreciate that. We're in our last segment, for real.
Yes.
So this segment is called the Talk It Ish segment. So it's 2 of y'all. So I feel like we're gonna be here for hours. But one I want to ask, what is something you guys are really, really passionate about?
I'm passionate about, I feel, a lot that I haven't done yet. I think we was kind of talking about it earlier as well. I think it's just changing the mindset of a lot of people, right? I know a lot of people say helping people. That's what everybody say. But I think it's really changing the mindset of like really being great. And what I mean by that is like you literally can do anything you want to do. So I think like chasing your purpose, like whether you want to, and not just about money. A lot of people associate success with just money. But it's about how many people around you can you make successful as well and be happy. So I notice a lot of times, like, we on our grind, but it's still a lot of people around us that's still grinding or struggling or don't know how to figure it out. I want to be the one to be able to be in a position to say, all right, come do this. I'm going to help you get out that situation. I'm going to show you something to change that around. So it's really about making everybody around you successful. And that's how we're going to be able to grow community. Like if we don't go back, and I think like you brought up about HBCUs earlier, one of the issues with, I think personally with HBCUs, it's a lot of people that graduated from them that look like us. They're not going back to these colleges and giving money and changing things. You see all of these top colleges, these billionaires, they go back and build everything for the colleges. But we don't go back to HBCUs and build nothing.
I agree.
That's why Prime left Jackson State. He needed that money.
I left my friend an endowment at our school before.
At 21, congrats. See, you part of what's with the changes. And there's nobody out here doing what we doing, period. Like as far as like a lot of people talk about funding, right? But a lot of people you hear talking about funding, they're not really doing it. They're marketers. They're multi-level marketing. They're just saying, we did this. They're selling programs. They're selling courses. Yes, we have a program. We have a course, but we want people to be profitable. The name of the game is to make profit, not just access capital.
Yeah.
So we teach people how to be profitable by using the capital. So that's the name of the game, to be profitable. So we're still actively helping people get capital. We're still actively in the banking industry. We're still actively networking with bankers, reps, relationship managers, and helping people get capital and actually take that capital and invest into things that's going to make them money, help them build their business systems, CRMs, marketing, get clients to help them actually build their business. There's really not many people out there really actually doing that. It's a lot of people selling products, but they're not actually taking the time to cultivate their clients, to cultivate the people in their program.
Yeah, I just had meetings with Chase, Capital One, just this past week, and there's more banks to come, but we have a lot of different banks that we have that relationship, and we really do what we say we do. I mean, it's simple as that. But for me, one of the things, it's actually two things that I'm really passionate about. One is helping other people invest, right? And investing doesn't just mean about making money. Investing means getting your time back, right? So one of the most important things for me is time. Time. Like I just had a newborn daughter.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. So the fact that I'm able to, I don't have to go to a job, because for my first daughter, I had to I was actually working at Google at the time. So I didn't get to really see her growth. Like I didn't get to see her 2 month, her 3 month. I didn't get to see that. So now that I have this time that I'm able to do so now with my newborn daughter, and even my daughter now that's growing, she's 6, gonna be 7. She gets to see that as well. It puts something inside of your family that just makes y'all want to love each other more. And not only that, it just makes y'all want to stick together more and do things together more. So that's one. And then 2, my mom passed away when I was 14, but she was a nurse, and she passed away literally from helping other people. Like that was she was a nurse, and she also helped a home healthcare company startup. So with her, like going from job to job, literally from being a nurse, helping older people. And I would always ask her, why are you doing it? And she's just like, because there's not enough humanity in this world, because we lose it as humans. and it's funny because the word humans is in humanity. So it's like for her to say that and then pass away from doing what she loves, but yet, you know, as I still saw her towards her, you know, her last hours, she was still, you know, very up, very giddy, and like just do what you love and help other people. So for me, I do want to have a home healthcare company. I did try to start one with somebody, but it wasn't a great fit. But I really do want to have a home healthcare company. Either I want to acquire one, and I think I am going to acquire one, opposed to starting one up and just switch the company values, visions. I think for me, that's very important. I want to obviously acquire other businesses, but a home healthcare company is definitely one that I want to. I don't need it to be this year, but I need it to be at some point in my lifetime. I need to have a home healthcare company.
And I also feel like sometimes when you have that passion and fire behind it, it's going to be way more successful. Because
Facts.
Like, why? But
yeah. And for me, that's kind of why, like, it's not that it was easy to step away from the partnership that I was in. It just, I knew that wasn't the fit for me. And I think this is one thing we didn't speak about, but just knowing what's for you and what's not for you. I think that's important. Like, as you start to grow, you know, I think that's important.
So now the next question is, well, not even a question. This is y'all took y'all ish moment. I feel like y'all been talking y'all ish this whole time. This is a ish moment. So took it is just anyone who has ever doubted you, said anything, you can talk it ish to your younger self. Like, just, this is your moment to like release whatever's on your heart.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro. You know what's crazy? Like,
go ahead, bro.
I don't really have no itch to talk. Like, I've really got past a lot of stuff. Like, I used to be a hard-headed, angry person. I used to want to talk a lot of ish, but yo, like nowadays, stuff really rolls off. Like, I'll see stuff, think about it, next day it rolls off my back. And that's maturing. Like, it's because really I'm focused on like what we have to do, focused on my mission. Like, I see stuff all the time, man. I'll be like, I'll say something about it, I talk to him about it.
But we just move on.
After that, it's like, yo,
I'm gonna be honest.
What it is. And I think that has to be the mindset. When you're so focused on your vision, you don't have time for anybody else to slow you down, or you're not bothered by a lot of things. And I think people are bothered by so much because they don't have enough going on.
But I don't got time. Yeah,
exactly.
I can't sit and just dwell on it.
Like the most ish I could talk is just like, I hope anybody that's listening could be able to be a part of our journey. I hope we could reach out and help you guys and just tap in.
Facts. Yeah, we very similar. Like something happened this week, and I had my wife had texted
all the time.
But yeah, my wife had texted the chat, and she was like, "Yo, this and that, yada yada," and I said the same response, like, "Yo, it's all right. Like, that's cool. Don't worry. They always gonna circle back." And Brandon wrote the same exact thing. And it's like, we've become so aligned and in sync. Yeah, we joke around, but like when it really comes down to it, like when we have that vision and that goal, we're going to do what we're going to say we do. And we're just going to continuously keep pushing forward. And if we don't do it this year, it's going to be next. And if it's not next, it's going to be the year after, but we're going to keep pushing no matter what. Like, we can't just stop this.
So the business y'all have together is the only thing that each of y'all go through?
That's the main thing. We both, involved in other things, but it's the main thing. So that's another thing. Like we were saying, like you have to stay focused on something to be successful. Like, as a matter of fact, that's a good question. So we were doing different things at one point too, and that was taking away rough.
A lot. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I was taking a lot of time. So that's another thing I would tell people: not to say you can invest in different things, but find the one thing. Do that thing 1,000 miles per hour, be successful in that, then get into other things.
You're taking my line.
Because when you're trying to spread yourself too thin, especially as a young person, we think we could do that. We could stay up for 24 hours and do this. But you're not going to be great or even good in all these different areas. I'm sure I saw the 24-ounce can over there. But you have to stay focused. I would say stay focused in one area and be great at that. It's going to make everything you want to do easier. Because when you're successful, you draw the attention of everywhere else.
Yeah.
When you're struggling trying to do 10 different things, there's nothing you're going to do great. You're going to struggle in all of them.
Yeah.
You're going to get 30% to each of them.
You're going to struggle in all of them.
And I'm going to be honest, like I still have my real estate. I still have my my trucking company. But like this is where also team comes in, right? You know, I have somebody that's helping me manage on that truck because I was trying to do it myself. Me and my wife, we were trying to do it ourselves. And that was during that time where it's like everything was colliding. I was trying to do the home health care. I was trying to do the trucking. I was trying to do the real estate, Amazon. Like I had a lot of things going. And I was making some money from all of it. But if you heard the key word, it was some. Like once we started to put all of our efforts really into Millionaire Essentials, it really started to, you know, rise up and up and up. And the fact that I was able to help somebody help me with the management for the trucking, the real estate is really kind of passive. So it's not much you got to do in it. But yeah, just find that one thing.
So I'm reading a book. This is my last point. I know he gets out here. I'm reading a book right now called 10X is Better Than 2X. And the whole.
Who's it by?
Dan Sullivan.
Okay.
In the book, it's basically explains the whole 10X process, and it's like in order to 10X, you have to remove 80%. And
80-20 rule.
Yeah.
80-20 rule.
And he's like, a lot of people won't remove that 80% because they're used to that, or they're trying to stick to. If I got to $100,000, they're trying to still do what got them
to $100,000.
Nah, you gotta change. You gotta change.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the 10X rule is understanding that you have to now take some of those skills, but remove all of the other little things and go to the next one. So if I, like you said, if I'm making $10,000 from 5 different businesses, right? Why not just make $50,000 from one business?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always say, bro.
10 times that, right? So that really like stuck to me in a different way, in a certain way, because I am a person who just tries to do so many different things just because I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like I enjoy it.
Right.
But I did understand that like I also have to lock in with my one thing
and
from then I've been growing in a lot of ways.
And that's why I wanted to ask you before when you was like, y'all be moving around a lot. I wanted to say, yo, what you be doing? Because a lot of times we think we be moving. Not to say you're not doing nothing progressive, but we're doing a whole lot of nothing.
No, we're doing a whole lot of nothing. No, I'm that's something I realized in college. Like, I was doing too much.
Mm-hmm. Your brain becomes
and
too
much. Me doing too much, I was not doing. I felt I wasn't growing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So once I got out of school, I now understood how to maximize my time on just what I was doing. And it was really just a thing between like, I really love my business, but I also have to graduate because like I'm right here at the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like something I had to deal with at the time. Then I got out of it, and now.
Your parents, fire. Your upbringing, fire. Everything you done, fire. Yeah, I need a model after her.
Absolutely.
No lie. But
I'm not perfect, man. I'm learning. Like,
we know you're not perfect. We ain't say that now. We didn't say that.
Look,
we didn't say that. We know that.
But I'm just saying because, like, you know, my friend calls me earlier, and she's like, she sends me this Airbnb business that her and a TikTok person, her and a TikTok girl started an Airbnb business. She's like, so why can't we do this? The girl said, oh, point of view, my best friend and I both saved up $2,500 and started Airbnb business. I said, I don't think it's something we can't do, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things they're not telling.
Yes.
So I think like when people give me compliments, I embrace it, but I also want people to know that like it took me a lot to get to who I am, and there's still a lot of things areas where I'm like, I need to work on this. I need to work on that, right? So I think it's just keeping it in a buck with people that like, you got, like you said, it's experiences. You got to go through some things. You got to learn. You have to be exposed to certain things, right? So it's like
being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yes, and that's one of my things for this year. I always have a word for the year. So 2 of my words are character and also uncomfortable. So I'm doing everything this year that makes me uncomfortable. Everything.
That's fine.
And we gonna help you get some business funding.
Let's get it. And I don't need the business funding where y'all just be like, hey, you can get access to $50,000, $100,000. Like people be like, you can get $100,000. I don't know what I would do with $100,000 right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yes. But the last question is, what's your favorite financial lyric? that talks about money or business or gets y'all in that mood?
Financial lyric. I'm a businessman. Financial lyric.
I'm for it. That's the only thing that comes to my mind when I think about financial lyric.
It's something from 50, but it's something from 50, but it's some cursing and all that. There's a couple of things he said, man. Oh man, I
don't remember that. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't a businessman. I'm a businessman.
I'll go with that one too.
That's fine. That's fine. Y'all two in sync. All right. Anyway,
I go with that one too.
All right, but I appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Tevin Facey, TikTok I think it's at Tevin Facey, Facebook Tevin Facey. We also have a Millionaire Essentials Instagram. It's Millionaire with an S and Essentials with an S as well. We haven't gotten the Millionaire Essentials just as yet.
YouTube Millionaire
Essentials, yes.
Check out YouTube out.
Where else?
Brandon the Provider on Instagram and TikTok. Brandon THE, not duh, because y'all gonna put duh. That's how y'all think. Brandon the Provider on Instagram and TikTok.
Maybe the is a better word.
No, the. See how she just no the. Ain't you graduate college?
Provider.
No, the.
It's really not because.
You wanna know why he's saying that? Because he had DA before. He was the person that put DA. What happened? You ain't want to tell that? Yeah, tell that, huh?
Yeah, so you speaking from experience.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Millionaire Essentials YouTube, Brand the Provider, TikTok, Instagram, and we catch y'all soon. Tap in.
Yeah, tap in.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow. Y'all get in tune. Let's get it, y'all. See y'all next week.
Facts.
Peace.